Hi Boo, it's Christina Fruth today, and I mean I'm always Christina Fruth, but today I am back. I'm going to be doing a video that I have been putting to the side because I know there are going to be a lot of negative comments. I'm hoping not, but I'm just assuming. I know that I set myself up for this. I know that I am responsible for my mistakes, and I obviously set myself up for the possibilities of having negative reactions to an Ouija board. So you're dumb, you're stupid. Trust me. That has not crossed my mind. If you get anything out of this video, it is to not mess with an Ouija board. I know that's just like simple logic for some people, but this is something that I did and I was very naive. Fuck, there was a hair that fucking flew. Fly away! I got my Ouija board. I got my Ouija board back in October of last year, which was 2016. I got the board because I was hearing noises in my room, in like my bathroom. I was going through a really tough time. I mean, I went from jet black hair to bleached fucking blonde hair, and that was done within like 2 weeks by myself. It was a very quick process. I was very heartbroken. I was very lost. What's fucking new? That backstory, I was just mentally not thinking practically, and still happens to this day, but I'm getting a little better. I wanted to figure out what was going up in my room. I was like, you guys banging ghosts? Like, can we have sex when we're fucking dead? Like, these are important questions to me that I'm gonna ask the Ouija board. At first, it was just like me being very skeptical. I didn't really believe in the board. I saw the movies and I love like horror movies, which I actually avoid because of all these events that happened. It's crazy because it is real. Like, I have played with my mom, I've played with multiple friends, and I've had people cry because they have asked questions, being skeptics like I was in the beginning, getting the answers out, whether it's like their great grandmother's middle name. You know how it says like ages when you get games? I don't even know why an Ouija board is at Toys R Us in the first place. That's not really something I should get into personally, but I mean, it says 8+. Like, when you're 8, you should be eating ice cream or running on a playground, not talking to demons. But you know what, Toys R Us? Do you? The first thing I noticed was when I went into my room after playing on the Ouija board, my fan, because I have a ceiling fan, so there are two like notches, switches, that you can kind of like speed up the fan and have one switch that's like an off switch. So I always had the fan off just because it was cold and I didn't like my fan on. When you turn on the light switch, the fan moves if the switch is on. But the problem is my switch was off all the time and it started moving after playing on the board. It would be very on and off. Sometimes I would turn on my light and it wouldn't spin, and then I would be on my laptop and all of a sudden my fan would just start moving, and I was like, no, it's not a ghost. It's not a ghost, right? So the fan thing was very weird. My friends started sleeping over and they were experiencing weird things. Like, one of my friends told me that she was sleeping in my bed and I was asleep on the floor because I have a trundle bed, so it's not like the floor, but like I just have a mattress like on the floor, and most of my friends that spend the night, like, they sleep on my bed just because I'm a nice bitch and I let them sleep on my bed. But I pulled out my trundle, and I apologize if this video is very long because I'm gonna be giddy, riding on the horsey. The next morning she told me that she felt tapping on her shoulder. She had to like stay up with headphones and watch Drake and Josh while I was knocked out, because I was like, I'm chilling with these demons, yo. Like, I'm used to these motherfuckers. Like, I don't know why you tripping. Second thing I noticed was I have a heater. It's not like most heaters that I've had in the past or like past places. It's pretty much like a long heater that is on my wall, like attached to my wall, but it's on the floor. And around my birthday time of last year, I put candles up, like laid them out to look pretty on top of my heater, because I live in LA. I don't really need a heater. Sometimes it gets cold, but other than that, like, I don't really find it useful. I never even knew how to turn on the heater or like turn it off. It was just kind of there, and I was like, the candles look really cute and I'm not gonna turn on the heater. I was out the next day and no one was home at this time. My mom was at work. My mom got home before me, so when I got home, This day is a fucking day I will never forget. My mom was like yelling at me and she's like, why did you leave the heater on? You're gonna burn the fucking house down. And I'm just like, yo, hold up, wait, what's going on? Like, I don't even know how to work the heater. When I walked in, it was a distinct smell. Like, it smelled like something was burning, but I was like, my mom's probably just cooking because she burns things all the time. Love you, Mom, though. I went upstairs and then saw that, you know, she had the heater turned off, but obviously it turned on when we were gone, and it melted all the wax in my heater. If my mom did not get home the time she did, this house would be on fire, and that's not scary at all. But that's not it. I'm not trying to blame these situations or this story on a Ouija board, but I have had bad luck. Do you hear that? That's what I'm talking about. There's like a little kid running up and down the stairs. Like, I should not be making this video. They're telling me no. They're like, you heard that. It sounds like a metal ball is like rolling around upstairs all the time. And it sounds like it's coming from like the TV area, and I'm just like, are you playing a game? Yeah, they are playing games in my motherfucking head. Fuck you. Are you like my ex-motherfucking boyfriend? Bye, bitch. Bye. I kind of play it off like this is not something that traumatized the shit out of me, but I was having a very difficult time last year. I was in pain a lot. I've always had problems with like my appendix area, and I got it taken out, but I pretty much had to get ultrasounds and some x-rays because they were trying to figure out like what was causing this pain, because it just came on like very sporadically. And I've had appendix pain, but I got my appendix taken out, so it was pretty much like appendix complications even though I got my appendix taken out. I don't know how to describe things properly in the medical field, so I really apologize if I'm not explaining this properly. I don't even like to think about this, but pretty much the gist was I had to get cut open and they had to see what's going on in there, and then I had to get stitched up, and it's not like a big scar or anything. It's easy to cover up like with makeup, and like no one's gonna be able to tell like within 3 months, like summer, like I'll be fine. I was supposed to have a recovery time and I didn't recover properly. I was very go, 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 go. I noticed I was bleeding, so I went to the bathroom and I was bleeding a lot. Like I was dripping blood, and I was just like, oh, I'll be fine. And I didn't tell my mom about it because my mom was home at the time, and I waited about an hour, and then I was just like, this is not normal. So I did wake her up because it was late at night. It was probably around 11 p.m. and she had work the next morning. So I woke her up and I was just like, Mom, I'm like bleeding. And like it was everywhere on the floor at this point. Like I was trying to somehow stop it, and I thought like maybe, you know, a blood clot will like stop the bleeding, but it didn't stop. My mom's like, we have to go to the hospital. I was in the waiting room and they took me pretty quickly, but they had me sit in a room because there was only one doctor that was on duty. I'm going to add pictures in here, so I apologize like if you don't like seeing blood. This is gonna be kind of graphic, so I'm gonna be putting it up very soon. So if you don't like blood, just close your eyes for maybe like, I don't know, 8 seconds, and yeah, okay, so that's what it looked like. I was on that bed for probably about an hour before the actual doctor came in, because at this time they were putting an IV in me and they were checking my white count cell, blood count, I don't even know. You understand. Like they were doing what they had to do to see like how much blood I lost. So pretty much I was admitted into the hospital and I had to get blood transfusions, and I was put under immediate surgery because they had to fix the stitches, because obviously I can't keep bleeding to death. I was extremely pale. I could not really see that well. Everything was very fuzzy. And I lost about 4 pints of blood. The doctor was telling me like it's not common. You just don't bleed almost to death from this type of thing. I'm healthy now. Everything is fine. I am recovering properly, and I have pretty much recovered fully. Like the stitches have dissolved now. We're not done. Here's the next story after I almost bled to death. Let's keep going. So after hearing all the, you know, in my freezer, seeing my fan move on and off, just hearing noises in my house, like banging, Sounded like a kid was being thrown across the room. Every time I would play on my Ouija board, I would freeze it. And I read before I got the board that it is safe or safer. It's not safe. Let me just get this straight. Like, it's not safe in any way to play on a Ouija board. You are literally tapping into something that you don't really want to tap into, and like, it's a gateway to hell pretty much. So sometimes I would be sitting on this couch right here, and my kitchen is over there, and I can't see the fridge because it's like kind of a separate room, but it's an open room, so I would have to like walk into it. But I would just be sitting here and I would hear like banging, like that type of shit. Like someone's trying to get out of my freezer. It was just, do you hear that little metal ball? I'm not going crazy, girl. Don't hurt me. I'm just telling YouTube a story. Jesus loves me. I'm wearing crosses. Yes, I have become holy after all these experiences. Shout out to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, because he will protect me through all this. Right? You're up there, right, buddy? I usually plug my phone in to charge in the kitchen area, so I was sitting here with my desk and my computer, and I was just browsing the internet, and I was reading articles, but I had my headphones in. You know when you have like your headphones in, but you're not listening to anything, like music in the background, so it was completely quiet, and I heard in the background like the beep beep, like Siri. Like if you have an iPhone, pretty much, I have my phone off right now, but you have to hold this down, Siri, you know, like to talk to Siri or whatever. So, Siri. I had my phone over there, I had my headphones in, and I wasn't talking, I was reading an article, like I said, about aliens, and all of a sudden, I heard Siri talk, and I heard like the noise, like the beep beep, like the Siri noise that it does when you hold down the button. So I was just like, oh hell no. So I go check my phone and it says, hey Siri. Like, you know when you talk to Siri and at the top it will say what you said? I never said hey Siri. And I was just like, it's a glitch in my phone. Siri, me talking to Siri bullshit has happened 3 times now. The first time was probably about a month ago. The second time was here, and it said something along the lines of like, I can't find that. And it was just like gibberish. Like, but then when it happened a week ago when I was in Hawaii talking to my mom, it recorded what we said, and it was just like word by word, but like no one was holding down that button to like talk to Siri. And my mom was like, what is that? And I was like, that's Siri, dude. Like, Siri's talking to me. Like, this has happened 3 times. She's like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, oh, it's probably a glitch. Like, your phone's messed up. And that's kind of like how I justify it in my head. I'm like, my phone's messed up. But, like, it could totally, you know, record a conversation. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see any more stories, creepy story time videos, then just let me know in the comments down below. Give this a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, we have a spooky fam and you can be a part of it. So thank you so much for watching. You can stalk me on social media. I have Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and all that good stuff. So I will leave that in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you all stay safe and I love you. Bye.